They go Enigma 4th pick, so they're not going to pick the Shadow Fiend here. They're going to give a chance for another ban of it.
But heavy push.
Oh yeah, that's definitely a thing. So you already talked about Dark Willow, decent against that. I guess Bristleback could also be seen as that with the Quill spam, of course.
10 seconds remaining.
Getting a stopper for Enigma right now is well, they already have Bane,
remaining.
And Dark Willow is her fear. So it's pretty good.
Yeah, it still looks like a pretty good Bristleback game.
Midnight Pulse is good against him, and like I said, I think Jakiro is also considered decent against him too, with just that raw magic damage, the dot, everything. So, but Visage isn't great, so there's that.
I mean, I feel like Bristleback just goes Vanguard Pipe, Holy Locket, something like that.
Oh yeah,
Octarine.
Vanguard Pipe for sure, and yeah, he's going to be a tough kill. I see what you're saying, definitely. A hero that we don't see often, but maybe with this Bristleback pick, and speaking of, it'd be a nice way to have a finisher, is that Necrophos. Talk about the Reaper Scythe to finish the job.
For Gambit?
For Gambit, yeah.
It would sort of fit with their Death Ball lineup as well.
I haven't seen him play it, but it does come to mind. And now Nemiga is thinking, again, we don't know. I assume it's going to be a support Dark Willow, but I have not seen this hero in a long time.
Yeah, that would make the most sense. Position 4 is where it's mostly being played. Maybe, again, just Zai potentially playing it in the offlane or something like that.
Ice, I remember playing it like early on,
yeah,
when it first came out in the offlane.
I remember that as well.
Team ban.
I speak for the trees.
I mean, that doesn't help us really with figuring it out, but it is a Nature's Prophet who, I don't know, what's the reason for the Nature's Prophet this game? I was thinking maybe good for, I guess, a split push, counter push even, if they're going to be pushing against you heavily.
10 seconds remaining.
He does bring that aspect to the table.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it probably is just the standard Nature's Prophet contribution, the heavy split push, the early fighting ability, just generally a really good hero right now. It doesn't scream to me that it's super good against any of the other heroes. Although I will say that aside from the Earth Spirit, Gambit's kind of counter to the split push is not so good. They have the D push from Jakiro, but being able to chase the Nature's Prophet around and gank him while he is split pushing is not the best. Visage isn't the fastest moving hero in the game.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds.
So now that
Gambit definitely wants to just kind of get that momentum rolling down a lane, and Prophet is really good at punishing that.
Yeah, okay. The ban of Nemiga. Do they go for the Shadow Fiend, or do they tempt fate? Gambit undefeated with those two heroes. They are going to ban. Good job. Was worried for them. But I don't care how comfortable you are with, like, oh, we counter it. It's just don't do it. So they are going to pick it out and now figure out who they want. Man, yeah, this lineup is looking funky, though, because what, are they going to do a safe lane Bristle even? Off lane Nature's Prophet? They could mid-Nature's off lane Bristle. Go for their safe lane final pick here.
Radiant team pick.
Razor.
Okay, they go Razor. Immediate pick from Gambit. They were...
You may now select your heroes.
That's a little interesting to me.
Gambit's going to win.
OD is pretty good. In the lane matchup against a Razor, though, we've seen Razors win this pretty well. But overall, it does feel like a decent OD game, yeah.
This Razor is going to have to go super early BKB. Otherwise, he can't do anything. There's way too much crowd control from the Jakiro and the bird stuns from Dahak and Emergence Earth Spirit. And they have two heroes that basically do the same thing,
10
which is like
seconds remaining.
run at you. Bristleback, Razor.
Yeah.
Pretty much the same
5
hero
seconds
in
remaining.
that regard. Yeah. I don't know about the last pick Razor.
Okay. So Zitrex, and he's the one that he's been building that Veil.
I mean, he's been playing the
times.
Razor super well.
Yep.
I really like Zitrex's Razor, but I just don't know if I like Razor in this scenario.
That's fair. Yeah, it's kind of goes back to their game 1 draft almost. They have these 3 cores that it's not going to be like complete late game takeover, but they can get the ball rolling themselves. But yeah, you're saying Zitrax could be trouble for him on paper in this matchup here.
Yeah, I will say they have, they've got good kind of mid to late game tools. It really does come down to that BKB timing, because if he has it, he can just run in onto the Visage and lock him down and steal his damage.
Yeah. Yeah, there really is nothing they can do about it other than just using the black hole to keep him in place. Trying to turn the tide there, so here we go. Game number 3. Yes, got to transition actually to our other setup here. As gotta go to the stream. You know, guys, trust me. I'd love to have the camera control in game. But alas.
Prepare for battle.
Alright. Alright, gonna see the Sweet Studio as they're gonna head into the game now as well. Again, game 3. Yes, guys, this will be followed up by OG versus Team Singularity, formerly known as The Real Deal. Solid squad there, and as also is being talked about, OG, they're using Kuroki in place of ILTW, so Kuroki is actually going to be playing carry, apparently. Which I find interesting. I almost would expect, like, NoTel to be the carry, considering he has all that history.
Yeah, it's possible, but everybody knows that Kuroki loves playing carry. He would play carry if he could. And so I'm sure that he's jumping at the idea of having that potential. Also, I don't think that if you're going to stand in, I don't think that having a position 5 like captain stand in is good. You kind of give away a lot of information about how you see the game, I think, because like half the 5 role is making calls and controlling the early game.
Yeah. Yeah, that support role, we've had that discussion plenty. If you're going to be captain, it does feel like the most natural role to be in. Maybe off lanes fit an argument, but if you're looking to carry me captain, things like that, it definitely changes a little bit as far as what you can focus on. But here we go, game number 3. This is it. Winner moves on to face Empire, who's awaiting in the finals. Loser will be done. Single elimination. Tournament started at the beginning of this week, and we'll finish up by Saturday with the best of 7 super finals. East versus West. Europe versus CIS in that case.
30 seconds.
That's what's on the line, the $50,000 prize pool, as well as the spot to the Mad Moon LAN finals. The winner of this event in Hull will take that spot. We got a Dark Willow again. That's going back to that. It is going to be a support Dark Willow position 4. A hero that can definitely scale decent. We talked about the bid limb and the damage that it could put out. She has good control. I mean, really, when you break down her skill set, it's actually really good. Hold that thought, though, because Fishman is trying to contest here. He's in trouble. That massive burst from Visage coming out. It's not enough, though. However, the heal barely keeps him alive once again. FNG getting low, but Astral's not going to chase. So a lot of action, no kills, though. But yeah, I go back to Dark Willow. Why do we not see more Dark Willow? Oh, never mind, FNG, he's dead. First blood, they just blocked the creeps. FNG was still chilling there. I guess he just didn't expect them to do what they did. He goes down because of it. So this is a try versus try lane.
Yeah, and that's, Visage is one of those heroes that functions really well in tri lane. Razor.
Yeah.
Can also do pretty well in one. Bane, one of the strongest laning heroes in the game. And Willow also works pretty well in tri lane because of how much control she provides. To answer your question, though, I'm not entirely sure. I think it's kind of just that Willow is, you know, just a little bit weaker in a dual lane meta, I feel like.
She doesn't have consistent crowd control.
Yeah.
Bramble Maze can be good, but obviously these top tier players, they can avoid it usually. When placed down, it's hard to get it effectively positioned, so I think that is a big part of it compared to these other supports. Her reach is nice, though. Again, as far as a roaming position 4 goes, you come in and put that Bramble Maze down as if somebody's in panic mode, you know, they may not pick up on it right away, and you can catch them.
Yeah, potentially just overlooked a little bit.
Another Bramble Maze puts it down. After getting rolled in, Astral takes a lot of burst again from the Soul Catcher and will fall. Full Assumption even. So nice burst there again, Visage. This is what they do too. Dahak pretty much always plays, they play Visage in the tri lane. And
yep,
it's kind of to secure his early farm because a hero that usually struggles until level 6.
Yes.
The familiars. But we're seeing here, look at that again. Soul Assumption nukes down Razor. They do lose immersion. In the response, Sleep put up. FNG. It's taken off, though. He's running, and he will survive.
Yeah, the Soul Assumption gets built up super, super quickly in the tri lanes as well, because there's just so much fighting going on. So that's another reason why Visage works so well in that role.
And we're seeing the damage output again. If you haven't really witnessed it much before watching these Gambit games, what it can do, but I'm also looking at the CS up there. Nature's Prophet. Whew. 15 and 13 against OD in that mid lane. Several of those are on the tree and denies, I assume, but still.
Yeah, OD has never been a hero that does very well against stuff. And when I say stuff, I mean like minions. Definitely better now that the orb is splash, but you're not usually using orb that often in the laning stage because it eats up so much of your mana pool. So Prophet had a huge advantage in terms of his basic right-click damage as well as the treants.
Now off to the side, Astral taking the jungle camp pull. FNG doesn't like that though, and they're going in. There we go, the Grave Chill. Astral could be in trouble. Ice Path early on. That's a level 2 Ice Path. Guess in the trial lane makes more sense, but it's Astral's gonna survive.
Dodge the Soul Assumption.
Yeah, I guess that is good for that purpose too with the Shadow Realm. A lot of these nukes that come out. Similar to like a Mischief as Dahak. He gets the Ice Path to help. Bane in there and needs one more. He gets it. He might die for this, but able to chase for the kill. They're tipping. Fishman survives.
Yeah, he's fine. He had the wand, and Visage, not a very mobile hero, as we mentioned in the draft. So if he's a little bit too far up, he can definitely get dove.
Alright, Shadow Realm, that burst damage, FNG. Bramble Maze holds so close. He is not going to get caught, though. He needs to just keep still. Zitrax to the side, however. He's got his Q, choosing not to use it.
Interesting build from Zitrax. He's not going for the link.
Oh, yeah, in this matchup. Oh, yeah, Bristle died top lane while that action was all going on. I noticed that. So we're going to see the replay of it here. Just a roll in, and you're mentioning maybe usually not that scared of the Earth Spirit, but in that case, he was not expecting it. Although Afterlife, okay, he's good. Run down quite a bit. Sunlight, he's solo up here. He's going to be kicked away. He is level 5, so even with that death, it seems like Bristleback's having a great time.
Yeah, he's top of the CS charts, and I think he was just a little bit too low, playing the edge of his hero's ability just a little bit too closely before the Earth Spirit was able to show up.
But now Earth Spirit, they've kind of committed to having him up here for the time being. He goes and buys a TP. I don't know if he's thinking of TPing back to the bottom lane. Because right now it is just 2 versus 3 down there. And it's... Nemiga's fought back pretty well against this lineup here. Mentioned not going for the link and allowing for just more burst damage even. Oh, Afterlife goes down. TP in from Nature's Prophet helps secure that, it looks like. You have Visage porting up here. But they just dive the Enigma. In fact, ToW, they're going to go for him. Sunlight, he's trying to keep his back turn. Look at this. He's kind of toying with him. The Soul Assumption is not nearly enough. Well played by Bristleback. Level 2 of his Bristleback ability there. Mitigates plenty. FNG back to the bottom lane. The Bramble Maze put down. He cannot get out. Chosen One, he's still running. Immersion barely survives. Popping the Shrine. OD rotating over for this, so he definitely wants a kill out of it. Enigma also helping with the blocks. And they should be able to take him out. The Sprout. Oh, no! Okay. Well, they really got him. Whoops.
Yeah, a little bit of lack of communication there.
FNG's dead again.
He thought he might be TPing out, so he black-holed. But worked out at the end of the day.
Yeah, I mean, the imprisonment hit first. It was just a very late, like, he got panicked. The imprisonment was up, though, and he just simply didn't realize in time. Either way, early black holes, you know, it's not necessarily something we see a lot of, but still, it's unfortunate for him.
I actually really like how Nemiga played this tri-lane. They have two heroes that are very good at kind of poking from the outside with the Bane and the Dark Willow. And then Visage is a hero that kind of wants the momentum of the lane going in his favor so that he can chase using the Grave Chill. But because of Zitrax's build, the wave is always being forced into his face, which means that he's under tower, trying to last it under tower, tanking creeps, and he's not able to really chase out with a creep advantage because he never has any creeps.
Yeah, people have been looking for some answers of how to deal with this ToW Visage, and Nemiga, between Viper picks the first 2 games, and now that we're actually seeing it, the way they're playing against it in the laning phase, you're right. He's literally 9th in net worth. Like, this is not good. I think that's a very obvious statement, I know, but I still think it's worth saying. ToW is 9th in net worth, and he might be dead again. Yeah, he's level 4. He's going to die here
damage
as they just collapse. Wrath of Nature comes through, and they're going to push this mid tower with this. So ToW is going to be useless for a while. He needs those familiars before he brings anything to the table at this point. Zitrax top lane. They go on him, though. Equilibrium popped, and F9's just going to simply beat him down, add some stacks, and he's just like, all right, you got me. I'll take it. Fishman back to the middle lane. The action continues. Soul Assumption will take out Bane, but now here's the chase from Bristle. One more Quill should do it. No, it's not enough, actually. He needs another one. But there you go. FNG will be killed off. Afterlife puts some Alpha Stun on. Sunlight, though, he's deceptive. You don't want to chase him too much. Being Bristleback. And they choose not to. This is control for Nemiga. They're up 3,000 net worth here in Game 3.
ToW has 14 last hits.
It's not good.
Invisibility.
Not good.
That is really bad. Really bad for Visage's game. He is a momentum-based hero.
And OD, he is farming the Dire jungle. He did not expect this, though. He's going to put himself under. Shadow Realm auto attack. Unable to hit because of it, but he's just trapped in. He's going to man up, I suppose. He does have Sanity's Eclipse. He throws it down. It's not enough damage to kill anyone, though. He's still running, and finally goes down. The Brain Staff finishes the job. Immersion, he's slept up meanwhile. Astral gets caught by the Ice Path and maybe fall in return. It looks like that'll be the case. But they kill OD, and OD is doing very well with his farm, but holy crap, compare that to Nature's Prophet. He is accelerating like crazy.
Yeah, Prophet's out of control. 22 denies, 68 CS. He's been involved in a couple of kills. 5 kills, in fact, out of the 10. And he has a full Vlad's going for an Orchid next. That'll make OD's game extremely difficult, as OD is not a hero that really naturally builds into a Dispel until the BKB later on.
I wonder, is Razor going? He is going the Veil. He's sticking to his guns here, and with the way this game's going and how he's looked so far in this event, I can't blame him. Veil doesn't feel really as good this game with his other cores, but he likes it. Mid lane, or that's bottom lane, excuse me. There was a Fiend's. Oh my god, that Fiend's grip. What? He tried to roll away. The longest Fiend's Grip ever, Immersion. He is going to go down. Black Hole, it pulls him in. It's canceled immediately, but sitting on top of the Midnight Pulse, Zerax does tick down. See the Cursed Crown, though. Afterlife falls. Double kill for the Chosen One. It's going to be a triple kill for the team. FNG, well, maybe not for now. He's actually still alive somehow. Juking around these trees, but exactly not for long. He goes down. Top tower is pushed in by the Radiant, but this tier 2 bottom, it's likely dead.
Yep, Dog does finally have his familiars up, but still third to the last in net worth. What do you even do as a Visage at this point? Try and come back. I guess just farm. Like, you can't really fight.
No. There have been a couple of games where I've seen him fall behind a little bit, and it seems like, yeah, he's really struggling, but then all of a sudden, I think it might change up his build a little bit. I think he's going to go the Medallion first, which it looks like. Usually he'd maybe go the Helm of the Dominator first, but he is going the Medallion, help with the damage, and in fact, Fishman is going to fall here, so good job with the assistance of Earth Spirit. But just change up the item build a little bit for more fighting heavy, and then eventually those auras will kick in.
Right, yeah, that makes sense.
But it's definitely not ideal for Gambit. I mean, this is a 5,000 net worth lead for him. You would expect it the other way, if anything, with how it usually looks for Gambit and running this Visage.
Yeah, I think extra telling is the fact that Gambit have only taken one tier 1 tower and have lost all of theirs, including a tier 2 bottom. This is the exact opposite of how all these other games have gone so far.
Bristleback. It's hard to see, you know, again, the Bristleback game overall does feel pretty good. Having OD helps. And like I said, the Midnight Pulse is nice, but the fact that he's already level 10 and some decent farm on him is good news for Nemiga as well. There's the Veil pickup. Yeah, this is the one game to me where Veil does seem a little odd. It's always seemed odd, but at least there was kind of synergy with the teammates, the cores. But neither Bristle or Nature's Prophet care too much.
I think it's a purely farming item, to be honest, in addition to the armor. I don't think he really cares about the magic amp other than to kill creeps faster.
Yeah.
That's sort of what he's been using it for. He just uses it on creep waves and on neutral camps all the time.
I suppose. That's the way he's looking at it.
If that's your reasoning, why not just go for, like, Yashikaya? I don't know.
Midas. Here, that's pretty good right now.
Nah, that item sucks.
It's not that great on Razor. He's not looking for attack speed, I suppose, but Zerax got a Magnetize on him. He's fighting back, though. Immersion refreshes it. Still has plenty of life. See the Chosen One nearby. Refreshes it again. Immersion's keeping it up. As Appenine being chased, though, he keeps the remnants coming. Appenine's
getting pretty low.
He actually is. The Refreshes has done a lot of work. Eventually going to kill Immersion, but I wonder, is Zerax going to take down? Meanwhile, Fiends Grip locking down OD, and eventually is going to be taken out. Zerax comes over and knocks him with the Nova. Double kill for Zerax, and he ends up surviving in the end. As middle lane, Black Hole ready to go. Not going to be used here, though. Macro Power put down. Astral, however, Shadow Realm, TP. He's going. Bristleback. They're chasing the Afterlife, so they did kill the Dark Willow with the stun, but nice TP out right there from Afterlife. However, the turn. Chosen One gets caught by the Ice Path. Yeah, Chosen One's in a bad spot. He's in a really bad spot now. Immersion jumps in. The Familiars are here. The beatdown's real. Chosen One, he's tanky. He ain't tanky enough. He finally falls. That's a big kill. Spreading the love of gold throughout the team. And Fishman going to be chased now here on Bane. Eventually, Immersion catches up, and again, you're seeing Dahak. He's got a Medallion. He gets a killing spree all of a sudden. And the net worth, he's still down there, but at least improving.
Yeah, and at the very least, Visage can always help with taking towers. So there is that. If you can take buildings, if you have the potential to take buildings, it doesn't really matter that much how far you are behind, because you have at least some recourse to win the game.
And with the Visage strat, that's of course what you always go back to. But this Nature's Prophet, man, Orchid is also going to be finished shortly here. And so his right clicks, and that's a very good graph for Nemiga. It's just a very steady raise, favoring them throughout. So Yeah, with the only one tower kill, though, for Gambit, you could also look at it as a comeback resource that they do have throughout the map here. Kaya's going to be the choice for F9. So he's not going that whole Guardian Greaves build. I mean, it's OD. You wouldn't really expect it on him, of course, but...
Yeah, Tranquil's Yasha Kaya. Been a pretty popular build on OD. Midas picked up on Dark Willow.
Yeah.
So looking to be that fourth core on the side of Nemiga.
Suppose so. Obviously, Roshan's up. They're in the area. Top 3 cores, all top of the net worth for the Dire team right now. The FNG was curious, but not happening. Instead, he can go back and farm elsewhere. Buy more time for ToW. So it's been a very action-packed game. It's been favoring Nemiga, but things slowing down a little bit now. And ToW, he's got a Vlad's now. He is going to upgrade his boots here. But the auras will start kicking in. And that's the push to follow. Afterlife, what did he get? He is he's going the whole mech. So he's going to go the Guardian Greaves build on the Enigma for the team. Still will be a little bit though.
Yep, just needs some stuff to help them fight. And Greaves seems to be rated as a very high worth item currently.
And then Pulse put down. He wants a black hole. He goes for Razor. He sees Chosen One off to the left, but nope, the fear comes out from Dark Willow.
Terrorize.
Yeah, Terrorize hits. Fishman, Bane is going to maybe go down at least to the familiars in the backlines. It looks like it, but spread from Nemiga. Razor, he's the lowest life, but he is a good distance. Chosen One also TP's out.
The Hawk is dominating.
Okay. It's building up the streak some more. Yeah, when he has a medallion and the soul assumption level 4, he bursts very hard, and then obviously with the familiars, auto attacks consistently happening too. He does do good damage, and I think is it 15 or I want to say it's 15 with the multiple soul assumption. That starts coming out.
Correct.
I know he gets that, so just even more team fight damage then that's coming. So never count him out, as struggle as this was, although Aphanage could be in trouble now. The Orchid silence, but nice force staff, and he's good. Curse Crown doesn't matter.
Yeah, at the very least, Visage is pretty much even in levels with everybody else. And this is a hero that does get stronger with items, but primarily needs those levels to be strong.
Crimson Guard is very good against Visage, though. And you do see Bristleback already having one. As Dark Willow, the Shadow Realm, you can still lock her down. And that's exactly what's happening. The Macropire, the Soul Assumption, and Astral will go down. Immersion's too far up, though. Zitrax. With the Nova, they end up taking out 2, and they're chasing ToW. Going to be lifted up with the Yules. Comes down with a familiar stun, but with that Crimson Guard up, as just mentioned, not much damage that ToW can do right here, and a double kill for Razor. He had to have sapped a lot of damage. He was hitting hard on the Visage.
Yeah, the Bane pure damage also doing a lot of work against the Visage.
True. Yeah, that's an easy tier 2 tower kill. They're spam pinging Roshan. Looks like that's where they're headed next.
Take it away from the side of Gambit. OD would love to have the Aegis right now. Doing it quite slowly, though.
Yeah, it's been a theme of their lineups. Other than, I guess, the PA game, you know, eventually that was just PA things, but game 1 especially, too, was very similar to that. And actually, here we go, Macro Pyre, Midnight Pulse put down. They got to respect this damage coming out, but Crimson Guard is going to come up, but there's a lot of magic. Terrorize, trying to stall them. Aegis picked up by Bristleback. He just starts running into them. Now the Aegis is going to be burned right away, though. He goes down, Yules up on an OD. He's got full life, however. The Chosen One, he's also taking plenty of damage. He's going to fall. Banebot back for the Vicinity. Eclipse comes out, and Zitrax all of a sudden starts dropping. He's caught by the Ice Path, and they beat him down. Triple kill for ToW. Playing Visage. Talk about a comeback once again. Sunlight still spamming the quills, but remember, Aegis already used. Fiend's Grip locking down Immersion. They will secure the kill on the Earth Spirit, but not the biggest target of the century. ToW chasing with familiars. Stuns to come, I'm sure. One of those familiars is getting low. Yep, he throws them down. No, one actually dies. But he still has the other. Astral Imprisonment. Sunlight has his back turned, but they got full lockdown. Midnight Pulse ticking. Crimson Guard comes out. The Soul Assumption. No with the sleep.
Nice sleep.
And he will live. That was clutch. I don't know if it would have been enough, honestly, with the back turn, but still, it looked pretty.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
That's a one for Gambit. Triple kill for Visage. And they're going bottom. Who's down there? That's Nature's Prophet?
He just bought back.
Uh-oh. That's going to be a dieback. Chosen One. They catch him? Oh, no.
All that net worth off the map for 70 seconds. And just like that, I don't feel so comfortable with Nemiga's spot in this game anymore.
No. They're up 8,000 net worth, but yeah, I'm with you there. This is not a very cozy spot to be in anymore. Because I keep looking back at Visage. The Hawk, he's had several of these games where sure he will be locked down early, but it always seems to recover.
Yeah, Zitrax went for a pipe instead of a BKB, wanting the team magic resistance instead of his personal. And he's definitely being controlled by these high lockdown heroes like the Jakiro and the Earth Spirit, plus the bird stuns. It's very hard for Razor to play the game if he can't be mobile in fights.
Yeah, you're stressing that with the draft. The Razor really needed the BKB, and I haven't clicked on him a little bit, but even with the pipe, I gotta assume he's gonna think to get it next.
Yeah, they need BKBs on all their heroes actually, and all three have it queued up now, but it feels like it might be one fight too late.
Better late than never. OD working on his own, speaking of it. It's not as good, I feel like, for the Radiant team, but it's still needed. As there it is going to be finished on OD.
And necessary to combat the Orchid at the very least.
True. So Guardian Greaves finished on Enigma. And yeah, there's the Soul Assumption. It's 2 targets now for Visage. So again, he got a triple kill last fight. Now with the Soul Assumption, AoE in a sense. Potential's going to be that higher for getting some good damage out. He's working on the AC. So just flat out passing up the helm of the Dominator this game because of the start. And we'll have an AC in the near future now. Smoke play though. They might catch the Hawk. He has his familiars. Fishman, he's the one going to be stunned up. There's the stun after the other. And they're going to kill Bane. So what seemed like a gank coming in from Nemiga is a very quick turn for Gambit there. They were ready to respond.
Yeah, and game definitely stalled out.
The top 3 heroes, again, still belonging on the dire side with net worth. This Bristle?
Kick back.
It's going to be fine, but nope, they black hole for this. Wow. They really want the kill. Terrorize again with the stop, though. It's hard to play against that. Sunlight, he is getting low. Appenine pops the BKB. You do see the link on him this whole time. Sandy's Eclipse will take out Bristleback, and now Zitrax. He's drained so much damage, but he can't do a damn thing with it. He was just too much lockdown. Guess what? BKB's a pretty good item.
Yeah, this Razor's not a hero without a BKB at this point. He's not tanky enough to just run in and get stunned and still live. And the Spirit Vessel also doing a lot of work against the Bristleback. So suddenly Gambit marching down a lane, which is exactly how they want to play this Visage lineup.
And you just see how fast the towers melt. That's why there's always that recovery chance again, too. It's similar to the first game. I keep looking back at that one with the whole Lycan Enigma strat. And as grim as it was looking at points for Gambit, they won one fight, a couple of no buybacks, and they just pushed all the way into the base and eventually won it. So this is a lineup that definitely has those similar qualities and what they can do. And that net worth, man, what was 8,000, I want to say, just a minute ago, is now 2K. Still favoring Nemiga, but going the way of Gambit at this point. The graphs showing that too. As top lane though, OD, this would be a big kill. Fiend's Grip is ready. They sprout up. There's the Fiend's Grip.
Where's the help? There's no help.
There's no help. That's going to be a dead OD. Just a matter of time. Fishman will take it. They were coming. They almost got there. but just a little too far away.
Yeah, no, they need to run though. They don't want to get caught out here.
Oh, and he does have a buyback. He's not going to use the F. Fishman's caught. Fishman is going to go down, terrorized on 3 of the 4 heroes, maybe even all 4. Visage running. He's being drained this whole time. The Spirit Vessel too, and he goes down. Zerax caught in the Ice Bath. That's another kill on Shakira though. Yeah, choosing not to use buyback. So Nemiga is rolling them over. They just kept running like you said, and Earth Spirit even falls.
Yeah, they had no business running to that OD. He was so out of position for being reinforced. They tried to save him. They just put themselves in a really, really bad spot. Now they're gonna have to buy back to save this tower potentially.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Maybe not. We'll see. Shakira pretty good with D-push.
Yeah, he's going to be annoying. He doesn't have his macro power though, and FNG going maybe too far up. Nope. And they are not able to do enough damage. So TP out from Razor. You have Nitrous Prophet getting away. Again, he has his BKB now. So
he almost took the bottom tier 3 though. So 2 towers taking quite a bit of damage.
OD will go back to farming what he can in the jungle. So more improvement for Nemiga there. Emergent TPing in. Gonna maybe look for some vision as Bane pings out the area. As he falls back. There's the Razor BKB though. So now a little more freedom for Zitrex. Moving around in these fights. We have Bristleback, you mentioned, I believe, too, is also even thinking of getting one, so expect that soon at this rate. AC was finished on Visage. He just got that, though. So now Visage has the very strong aura for fighting in general, let alone pushing towers themselves. Blink on Enigma with the Guardian Greaves. I couldn't tell if he was going to BKB as well, but it's that case of great. You do still have the Fiend's Grip, though.
The Enigma, yeah, you have to do it. Otherwise, the Terrorize or the First Crown can come out so easily. Also, Orchid even could just cancel you.
Yeah, still needed.
AC is finished on Dahak, though, so much more tanky. Bird's doing more damage now. He's still bottom 5 net worth at 28 minutes, but
yeah,
it's not quite the same on Visage as it is on other heroes to be that low.
Exactly. It's he's an enhanced core. He's like an enhanced in that like a vengeful spirit, right? Where he's not your main focus by any means. He will buff up the team, and those familiars don't necessarily care about his items for the most part. They're going to be very powerful just themselves.
Right.
So, yeah, the hero fits very well in this idea for Gambit, the way Dog plays it, too. You have a hard carry and OD in this case that you can rely on for the later parts.
Yeah, they also like to put a lot of weight on the shoulders of Afterlife on this Enigma. Like, in the first game, it was kind of him in the late game that carried them with the black holes. And that could certainly be the case in this one as well.
Radiant are scanning.
Just need to catch, just catch the Razor, catch the Nature's Prophet.
Roshan, it's up again, and you can tell Gambit's interested. If anything, almost expecting Nemiga might be going for it, but not the case. They're trying to figure out where they go from here. Going to counter ward, probably setting up for a smoke. The way they're moving, you'd figure. Dire scans nearby. Doesn't hit, though, but 30-minute bounty rune spawn. That's what they're doing. Sunlight was at the bottom portion, though, so he manages to get both of those. Good heads up there. Double damage rune even spawning for him, so he'll take that. And Nemiga a bit more ready to fight now, if it was to happen.
Gambit just really sticking around this Roche area. It is up now. You see that.
A blink on her spirit. But yeah, it is up, and keep just checking it. It feels like just Gambit's just expecting Nemiga to go for it. But again, Nemiga's not really a quick Roshan taking team. So there's no way that they're going to just try it blindly.
No. They definitely, they would almost rather come in and steal the Roche after Dahak has gotten it down to like half-life.
Yeah, Enigma, BKB, and if he manages to get the Lincolns then to follow, then he will be pretty good for just that free black hole. So that could be down the line. Here's that smoke play, though. Nemiga wrapping all the way around. Are they going to catch Sunlight in the front? Start throwing out the snot. Dahak turns around, catches Bean himself with the familiar. He's going to be slept up. Soul Assumption to follow. He's being linked, though. Yeah, draining all that damage. And Zitrax will gladly take it. Pops BKB. Buyback from Bane immediately. Visage has his nice heals to stop immersion. Trying to roll out, could not, though. The Boulder Smash. There's the buyback from Visage, though. So Visage ready to fight. Here comes the black hole on 3 heroes. The follow-up coming in. Aphanage lays down the hammer with Ascendity's Eclipse. 2 are dead. It's going to be a third with the Bristleback going down as well. And the buyback from Visage, frankly, didn't even matter there. That was just a big black hole from Afterlife. And Odie was ready.
Yeah, really good positioning by Afterlife. Waiting for them to get out of position as they try and chase the Earth Spirit. And no buybacks on 3 heroes for Nemiga, so this should be a easy push, and then probably transitioning from that into Roche afterwards. So massive swing for Gambit.
Dark Willow just got hers. Middle lane, Aphanage, yeah, he's caught by the Fiend's Grip. He did not expect this response because of them being dead, but of course they bought back, and the Fiend's Grip lockdown being forever. They end up turning him, so it's just another back and forth, man. Afterlife?
Afterlife is invis, but does not have a black hole.
This would be a dive.
Try and kill.
It's a lot of damage. With the Midnight Pulse, he's dead. There you go. So a dieback on Chosen One. Fishman. Bane, this would also be a dieback on him. Dark Willow, remember, he bought back too. Fishman. Nice stop. Soul Assumption, not enough damage there. Afterlife, he hits the Malphus. Is that going to kill him? I don't think so. She will live.
Both teams being a little indecisive about what they want to do. They really nice play by Nemiga to kill the OD, punishing him for being a little bit too greedy with the positioning. But then Nemiga feeling like they can just push back and take control of the Roche area, not really respecting the fact that Afterlife can still contribute without the black hole.
Yeah, Midnight Pull is always going to be a very useful ability to throw out, if anything. So, Aphanage is back up in just a second, and we're kind of reset now as far as Roshan's still up, although the buyback situation is much different now for both teams. Again, Visage is going to be on cooldown. Jakiro's coming up soon. He's not as concerned. Black Hole, it is also back up. Arcane Ring. Ooh. Really wants to get a good black hole off now if possible.
You know they're going to try and find a fight with that. Although buyback status is looking pretty awful for everybody.
And right now, most of it is, not most of it, some of it is gold. Razor's going to be up in a second with gold. He'll have enough. But yeah, there are the timers. It favors Radiant, specifically Nature's Prophet, being down for Nemiga. I think is the big one. The impact that he's had this game. There's that smoke. They make sure there's no wards nearby. They smoke. Here we go. Arcane Ring still active. Look at Bristle just sitting up here.
They don't want to just walk up this hill, but Immersion will pop. He's looking to maybe place a ward.
They jump him. Midnight Pulse put down. He's in a bad spot right here. Downhill. Pops a BKB coming out of it, though, so the Radiant team actually needs to run. Chosen One just TP's in the midst of his Sprout. Nice force stab out the Hawk. He gets the force stab. The team support is real. The black hole, it hits 3 heroes, though, but the fear eventually comes out. Fishman dies from it. Not the biggest kill, though, considering a black hole was used, and the Radiant still has to run. FNG, Astral Imprisonment will save him just a little bit longer. I'm sure he's dead, though. Astral, Shadow Realm, he's good to go. Buyback from Jakiro, and Immersion having to roll out. Spirit Vessel still taking him down. Look at Sunlight in the midst of all of this. Bristleback
Nemiga chasing pretty deep.
Still feeling good, but yeah, Nemiga, did they go too far now with the buybacks on the Radiant side? They're chasing back. Dahak losing a familiar there. Sanity's Eclipse comes out, doing a little bit of damage. Not the craziest again, but oh, nice job with the ice bath. Full
one.
breath. Chosen one melts. 80 seconds he's out for. Sunlight. It's hard to kill him, though. Much more difficult. Afterlife puts down the Midnight Pulse. The Black Hole still 90 more seconds, and no threat of that at this point. Crimson Guard going to keep Bristle alive, though. Macropar starts burning him. He's inside of it. The Shrine is nearby. They need to pop it. Zitrax, he's caught. Different story for him.
So much
Ian has
disable.
tanky. Bristleback gonna pop the Shrine. Zitrax gonna get to the disables. Real the terrorize at the last second. Get to the freaking Shrine. It wears off, but Zitrax stays alive. Are you kidding me? The terrorize again comes through. The second one of the fight. And now it's Nemiga chasing back. It's just a non-stop. We're on at least a minute in this fight, if not more.
Yeah. Sunlight's BKB has come off cooldown and been used again and been used up.
And the sleep initially. Fiend's Grip, nope, going to be canceled by the Astral Imprisonment. Aphanage out, back turn on him. Spirit Vessel's up. The Link is up as well. Zitrax going to beat him down as soon as he falls from the Yules, I'm sure. There we go. OD's dead. He has a buyback. Dahaka's with a burst, but the Crimson Guard, too much mitigation. Dahaka's going to fall.
No
he will not buy back. Yeah, 100 seconds he's out for.
All of the creep waves are in the base.
Exactly. Bottom, mid, and top.
Waves.
They do not. They do have fortification. Nature's Prophet's up in 2 seconds, though, but they want to go for Roshan first. Whew. That was nearly a 2-minute fight.
Yeah, there were 2 rounds of BKBs that came out. Crazy. Zitrax almost going down.
Yeah, I don't know how he looked. That was insane. I guess you look at his items, though. He is a tough kill. Another Aegis for Bristleback. I am curious. Give it to maybe the Nature's Prophet. I think you could argue maybe Razor, but I give it to Bristle again.
Yeah, they just want him frontlining. They want him to be the one that eats the black pull.
True.
Eats all of the harass. Still 45 seconds without the Visage.
Black Hole is ready, though. And FNG's up in 5. Oh, Odie's caught. Yules. He needs to get out. BKB going to be forced. Macropyre ready as well, so if they catch a big black hole again, there is possible damage follow-up. Sanity's Eclipse ready. No, it's not. Never mind. So the hammer is not, although it's up in 5.
Radiant's top
Melee Rax goes down. Good spread from Nemiga. You can tell they're anticipating a black hole. And they'll take the melee and be fine with that. Understandable.
Yeah, playing a bit more cautious without those buybacks off of cooldown for a lot of their heroes. And pretty disciplined retreat, actually. They're just going to go clean up the shrine now and take the win for what it is, which is a high-level move, to be honest, because they were all momentum early on, then they kind of threw it away there. But after recovering the momentum, it's very easy to get too excited again. So
exactly, yeah.
Good play calling from Nemiga.
Yeah, no, we've seen it time and time where these lesser experienced teams, they get too ahead of themselves, and before you know it, they're diving way too deep. But apparently a little more lag as resume into a pause. So we'll get more of this beautiful view. We got this exciting game, guys. It's been a great series overall, and some fun Dota here to finish it off, but we still have another series ahead of us. We have OG versus Team Singularity. And Kuroki going to be standing in for ILTW. Apparently he's set up to play carry for the team, so multiple reasons why that's going to be a fun series in itself. That's the Western portion bracket from our semifinal matchup. I need to figure out the Eastern bracket semifinal match here and who's going to play Empire, who is awaiting in the finals. In case you missed it yesterday, Empire beat Na'Vi 2-0 and looked very good at doing so. But here we go. Back to this one. Coming out of the pause. 9,000 net worth lead, but the way these games have been going, it's almost like net worth just doesn't matter as far as the overall goes. It's all about the execution in these fights. Gambit, they did not feel comfortable enough. They fully retreat. Do we have level 25s yet? Looks like Razor is. He might be the only one.
Is under attack.
Yeah,
so.
I think he is. Yep. Got 23 on a couple of the heroes, but
Okay.
Razor's the only one that's made it all the way, and he took the 200 unstable current damage instead of the 100 attack speed.
Okay. Yep, just that constant damage happening.
Yep, 320 and an AoE around him every 3 seconds.
That's not bad. Taking around you. Look at this. They're in the base with the smoke.
Yeah, just waiting for these creeps to push up,
Radiant
The Hawk.
hoping that one person or 2 people will come to respond.
Ooh, Bristle opens. Yeah, so now they know. And good patience from Gambit, but they're going to get the ranged racks.
The track's a
Nice
lot of
path.
position
Zerex
here.
caught on the bottom side. Sleep is put out. Midnight Pulse is down. Zerex going to need a force staff or something. They have it's like he's positioning for it, but he pops a BKB and says he just wanted to bait them in. You know, here's a turn chance. Nope, they run though. Gambit, very good movement. And now they're going back in. Good job by Chosen One with the BKB. Astral Imprisonment was definitely coming. He eats the cheese, so that was the plan all along. Lasso's up at F9, but it wears off quickly. Soul Assumption nuke's going out. The lockdown. Remember, Black Hole still ready, waiting for that. The spread, keeping up. Zitrex running away, still sending to the clips. Comes down. Zitrex will go down. He buys back quickly, though, right away. Feast good luck on that immersion, but the Black Hole catches Sunlight and Fishman. Bane in trouble for sure. Different story for Bristleback. He's a little tougher, but with the Spirit Vessel, they are going to get the Aegis. As buybacks continue to happen, though. So technically nobody dead. The Chosen One, that's going to be a different story. Never mind. He buys back. He's coming back up. Sunlight back up with the Aegis, keeping his back turned. Immersion going to have to roll away. Now with Zitrex joining the party once again. Gambit looking to retreat somewhat, although OD's caught. OD's in trouble. Astral Imprisonment on himself in the midst of the double Black Hole. No, it stopped quickly. The second one coming out, but it's immediately canceled this time. And Nemiga's going cutthroat now. F9's Curse Ground proc going off. He's in trouble. The beatdown from Razor and Bristle on top. He's dying back. 120 seconds. Dahak, he's also dead. He has his own buyback, but without OD, they're going to ping tier 4s. Nemiga trying to finish this.
Radiant's middle tower is
Wow, Nemiga just going for the complete brute force approach, using 4 buybacks there, I believe.
Yeah.
Throwing bodies.
That's all in. I mean, this was it. They figured we're going to win the game here, or this could be the throw.
barracks are under attack.
But it comes out for the better, it looks like. I mean, Gambit's still hanging on, but OD's dead for 85. You mentioned no Black Holes. Can they really stop this? Malphus in. Enigma, they're just playing a distraction game at this point. But as long as they attack the Ancient, Nemiga should be winning this. The Chosen One's just back there. He's focusing. I think Nemiga's done it. Game 3, going their way, and they're going to the finals. Who would have thought? Nemiga versus Empire finals out of the Eastern bracket. There's no one guessed that. No one.
No. There's a bracket, I'm sure that everyone's wrong. But Nemiga really showing up this tournament. They have looked really, really good. Their team fighting is super on point. They've been drafting some kind of weird stuff, but making it work through just scrappy fighting and, like, right there, just brute force tenacity. You know, it took 4 buybacks to win that fight. They actually lost 4 heroes and bought back before they'd killed a single one of Gambit's heroes. And they still took it.
It was, yeah. And I know there's people that are going to sit here and say, oh, you know, Gambit wasn't trying, and some of the like, I hate that, because watching these games, get into cast all 3 of these games, Nemiga played very well. Decision making, the way they were moving in fights. Even that last fight, Gambit was moving very well with the way that they were moving back and forth and responding to certain abilities being used. But I truly think this was, at least in this series, it came down to a bit of outplay from Nemiga, from the laning phase in this game 3 early on, and how they manned up against the Dahak Visage and shut him down completely, to transitions throughout the game. Yes, there were points where Gambit was able to start coming back, but Nemiga, no fluke here. They deserve this victory, and they are going to the finals as a result of all of it. So,
yep,
to them again.
Yeah, very well played.
Okay. Well, we do got the break now. A short one, because I believe the teams are going to be ready here quickly, as we're going to jump into our Western portion now again. OG versus Team Singularity will be coming up next here as far as the broadcast goes. This is the WePlay Dota 2 Tug of War Radiant Edition Tournament. I'm Breaky CPK, joined by Elevated. Got our second best of 3. Should be fun. Stay tuned, guys. We'll be right back.